I thought I would weigh in on the Indy 5 controversy slash situation. Um, for those of you who don't know, there have been rumors going around for a while, supposedly insider rumors, concerning the new Indiana Jones movie that is supposed to be released in the summer of 2023. The the supposed insiders who have supposedly leaked this information uh, have said the following. They have said that the film is complete, but that there are several different possible endings, and that they tried different. They showed test audiences several of the endings, and that test audiences basically disliked all of them, but that there was one in particular that they strongly disliked. And the one that they strongly disliked had Indiana Jones die as a young man and be replaced by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, this this annoying feminist actress. Apparently, I don't know much about her, but just from what I've heard, that's what people have said. So it would be yet another instance where a heroic male, masculine, macho sort of character gets taken out, gets undermined. And in this case, gets his whole life taken away because there's some time travel device or conceit in the storyline, which also sounds a little iffy. Like, when has Indiana Jones ever been about time travel? You know, although in the last movie, the 2008 movie, it was they suddenly had alien stuff, and which had never been in Indiana Jones movies before, and people complained about that and thought it was a failure, and thought it was you know, a wrong turn for the series, particularly because even by 2008, Harrison Ford was a little long in the tooth to be playing Indiana Jones. You know, this swashbuckling hero who goes around, you know, getting dragged behind trucks and, you know, riding horses and beating up people and you know, going on these kinds of crazy adventures. And I still remember South Park. This was back when before South Park sold out. South Park having an episode where they made it look like they had a callback to Jodie Foster's movie The Accused, where she gets gang raped, and they had Indiana Jones get gang raped because representationally that's what was happening to the series. That was what was happening to his character because of this this ridiculous movie that was made way later. This obvious cash grab that was made well after the original trilogy was over. The original trilogy, which ended on a note which seemed final, and you know, everybody was satisfied with it pretty much. But then they had to come back in 2008 and make a new one. And now in 2022, they've got yet another Indiana Jones movie coming out when Harrison Ford is even older. This time around, Spielberg has nothing to do with it. George Lucas has nothing to do with it. And again, all these rumors are flying that the young companion, this I guess she's supposed to be his goddaughter or something, that played by this actress Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That the rumors are that they want to make it so that old Indy and this lady Phoebe Waller-Bridge end up going back in time to the 30s for some reason, somehow, and that Indiana, in the midst of it all, the young Indiana Jones dies, sacrifices himself, but when he dies, then the old Indiana Jones dies, and now there's just this broad, there's just this chick who's going to take over and wipe out this. Again, this is just the rumor that's been said, she's going to white she's going to just become Indiana Jones, and all of the adventures that Indiana Jones had are now going to be her adventures. Again, the rumor is that this is one of the endings that they've tested on test audiences, and it's the one that test audiences hate, loathe, and detest the most, with good reason. But again, the rumor goes that Kathleen Kennedy, the villainess who ruined Star Wars, with feminist ideology, that she wants this ending so that she can also ruin and destroy this other masculine icon, Indiana Jones, now that she's already done it to Han Solo and Luke Skywalker in Star Wars during the Star Wars sequels, the Disney Star Wars sequels. Now, this whole idea, this whole notion of them having this kind of plot line just seems to me to be really far-fetched. It's something that I have a hard time believing. But then again, you never know. Terminator, a different franchise, had their own male hero, John Connor, get killed in the most recent Terminator movie, Terminator Dark Fate, and have a whole different timeline start where he's replaced by a Hispanic girl. So this whole notion of taking these iconic white male heroes, either undermining them, making them look foolish, tarnishing their legacy, as happened in the Star Wars Disney sequel trilogy, particularly in The Last Jedi. That was the worst of the three by far. So either doing that to them or wiping them out altogether, like they did with the character of John Connor in Dark Fate, which was a huge bomb. And of course, lest we forget the 2016 version of Ghostbusters, where they just decided, and hey, let's just have a Ghostbusters where they're women. Instead of being three guys, they're three women. And that did not go over well at all. So I don't know. This whole notion just seems, this storyline just seems so incredible and so, you talk about shooting yourself in the foot. This is like shooting yourself in the face. If they actually make a movie with this kind of storyline where this kind of thing happens. But that's the rumor, and it's being put out there, particularly on a channel called Overlord, with this colorful figure who calls himself Doomcock, his videos are always quite entertaining. He's the one who seems to be talking the most about this rumor. But he claims that he's getting his information from inside sources. Now, whether these sources can be trusted or not, whether they're putting him on or not, there's no way for him to know. So that's why it all has to be taken with a grain of salt, or several grains of salt. But it's created enough of a stir for the director, James Mangold, who's the director of the new Indiana Jones movie, which has got this weird title now, Indiana Jones: The Dial of Destiny. I don't know about that. I mean, it's got alliteration going for it, the Dial of Destiny, so there's that. But other than that, kind of iffy on the title. But James Mangold has come out a couple of times, and this is not what these film directors or high-ranking people in the industry typically do. They don't typically respond to the people they call the trolls. The idea, you don't feed the trolls. So they would usually just let these rumors fly and not address them. But James Mangold has taken a very different approach. He has now a couple of times said, no, there's absolutely no truth to these rumors. There is no truth to these rumors whatsoever. We're not going to replace Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is irreplaceable. He is an icon. There's no plan to do that. There never has been any plan to do that. There never has been any test screenings. All of this is false. So he has come out very categorically and said that this stuff, these rumors are not true. Now, it's interesting he would take that approach. And this kind of, again, makes me think that possibly all of these rumors are a hoax of some kind, because otherwise I don't see what would be in it for James Mangold if he were to, as he has, come right out and say these rumors are false. This is not going to happen in the new Indiana Jones movie. And then when the new Indiana Jones movie comes out in summer of 2023, it ends up that young Indiana Jones does die, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge takes his place as as I don't know, Isabella Jones or something. And and we see her, doing all the things that Indiana Jones did in the original timeline, which now has originally been wiped out. If that happens, James Mangold has egg on his face. He's shown himself to be a liar, and there's even more bad will between the fandom, which is already sick and tired of these revisionist takes on the people that they grew up. I should say the characters that they grew up idolizing in movies. So to make things even more interesting, the recent preview or trailer has been released, or the first trailer for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny has been released, and we do see de-aging. We do see Indiana Jones as a younger man, looking like Harrison Ford, did 40 years ago. Fighting the Nazis or doing something like that, something in the 30s or 40s or whenever. So that adds credence to the idea that there is some kind of time travel timeline, some kind of time travel storyline, which I don't know. I mean, and fans have noted this, that with Mangold denying that they're going to replace Indiana Jones. And yet, this time travel thing seems to be happening. It seems to be where they're going with the new Indiana Jones movie, unless all the young Indiana Jones scenes are just flashbacks, which seems doubtful. So why have him go back in time? Unless possibly there was this this climactic scene in which young Indiana Jones sacrifices himself and then ceases to exist and gets replaced by a woman. But my thinking on that would be, if they do that, I mean, I think they're just, like I said, not just shooting themselves in the foot, but shooting themselves in the face. That's the ultimate fuck you to the fans. I mean, I know that these studio types, these Hollywood types, more and more of them have grown more and more hostile towards the fan base, who don't like the decisions that they have made in recent years. Their effort to deconstruct, the heroes and make them look stupid or kill them off. That's created, again, a lot of bad will in a lot of people, and a lot of the Hollywood types, the agendized Hollywood types, they return the hostility of the fans who don't like this agenda that they've taken on. So I'm still fairly certain that they're not going to do this, because again, it would be taking it, even without these even if the rumors had never been put out there, and nobody knew what was going to happen in Indy 5, and then that happened in Indy 5. I think the word of mouth would be so negative, and there'd be so much hostility towards the film that it would flop. Which is the same thing that happened to Terminator Dark Fate, of course, when they decided to kill off John Connor as a young man and replace him with a Hispanic girl. But this would be even more extreme than that, because while John Connor plays some role in the Terminator series, the main heroine is Sarah Connor, and the main male figure is Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator. Whether he's the good Terminator, like in T1, or the bad Terminator as he was in T1, or the good Terminator as he was in T2. But to go back and take this icon of cinema that meant so much to so many people, and just make it so that he never existed, that would incense so many people, that I just think, Disney would go bankrupt. I just really do, and Lucasfilm as well. And director James Mangold would lose all credibility, because he'd come out and said, no, the rumors are wrong. This is just stuff that's being spread by trolls. So I don't know what to think exactly, but I'm still leaning towards them not doing this. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't know what will happen. It's so hard to tell these days. Anything goes, honestly. Anything goes these days. And we're shocked by less and less of what we hear and see, especially in the media. Now, cut the media out. Take the media out of your lives. Get off of social media and just live your life day by day. And things are kind of normal, like they've always been. So maybe I should do more of that. Maybe you should do more of that too. But I don't know. It's still in all, stories like this are interesting to speculate about. So what do y'all think? Do you care? Well, if you don't care, then don't comment. But if you have any thoughts on the subject, let me know. Thanks for watching.